You are a manifesting generator in human design and you're trying to figure out what to do with this information to actually start to see change, to feel more aligned and thrive in 2024. I've got you. I'm going to share 5 really specific things that you can do as a manifesting generator in order to see more alignment, more ease, more fun, more excitement in 2024. Hi, by the way, if you're new around here, my name is Veronica. I'm a mindset coach and human design guide with over 15 years experience in helping people create their own version of success. On my YouTube channel, I've started to share more and more videos about human design and how you can understand this really fascinating tool for self-awareness and self-acceptance in order to feel better about who you are, what you do, and how you do it. So if that sounds good and you're interested in this kind of content, then make sure you subscribe if you haven't done so already and give this video a thumbs up. So let's dive straight into it, no messing around. Tip number 1 is to fall in love with letting go. And what I mean by this on a practical sense is to declutter. As a manifesting generator, you are obviously part generator. You're a hybrid. If you're new to this and you don't really know your human design type, then I would suggest that you watch the video that I created specifically explaining what a manifesting generator is, and then you can come back and watch this video so that it all makes more sense. But as a manifesting generator, the generator aspect of your design gives you a magnetic aura. An aura that is designed to attract the right people, the right opportunities, the right situations. In order to do that, your aura has got to be clear of anything that is just taking up energetic space. One of the best things you can do to prepare for 2024 and to thrive in 2024 is to let go, is to declutter. Physically, practically, emotionally, psychologically, in every single way that you can. Because when you do that, what you're doing is you're creating space for the right things to come to you. And the only way you're going to be able to welcome something new in is to let go of the old. The possibilities really are endless and they are there waiting for you. But first you need to make space for them. You need to clear the runway so that they've got somewhere to land. And a good question to ask yourself in order to figure out what it is that you need to let go of as you move into 2024 and beyond is, does it spark joy? And I don't want to sound like Marie Kondo, but if something in your life doesn't spark joy, excitement, doesn't light you up, then it doesn't belong there. And you need to find a way to let it go. Maybe letting go can be a quick process. Maybe letting go is a transitional process where you have to gradually create the right environment and circumstances for you to be able to do so. But do so you must. Because otherwise these things are just draining you, they are taking your spark away, and this is when a manifesting generator then becomes demotivated, tired, self-critical, and all those things that we tend to experience when we are out of alignment. Tip number 2 for manifesting generators looking to thrive in 2024 is to start practicing listening to your gut. Again, as a hybrid, the generator aspect of your design makes you a sacral being. This means that you are driven, you are guided by your gut. Irrelevant of whether you have emotional authority or sacral authority, and by the way, if you need to understand what both of those are or what either of these are, I have videos on both. As a sacral being, you are still hugely influenced by your gut. Your gut is your compass. Your gut is your guide. So one of the best things you can start doing today, right now, and leading up to 2024 and going into 2024 is to start practicing listening to your gut, listening to your authority when making decisions. Learning to listen to your gut, learning to pay attention to how your gut speaks to you, the way that it physically feels when something is a yes and you feel excited and you feel joyful and you feel eager, and when something is a no and you feel demotivated and you feel reluctant and there's a feeling of resistance towards that particular decision. Your gut is there talking to you all the time. If you don't yet recognize when your gut is talking to you, then this is your chance to start to pay attention to it. One of the best ways you can start practicing this is to do it with really small, seemingly insignificant decisions throughout your day. And your gut operates on a yes or no basis. You want to ask it really specific questions. As an example, do I want a coffee this morning? Yes or no? Really watch the way that your body, the way that your gut responds when it is telling you yes and when it is telling you no. We're all different. You guys are all different. I'm not even a manifesting generator and I don't have sacral authority. So I can't tell you exactly how this feels, but this is what you need to start learning to detect and decipher and understand and get comfortable with, because this sacral response is what is also going to guide you in the bigger decisions in life. Now, little side note, not only you guys are driven by the gut, but you get clarity when you actually engage with your decision. So let me give you a really basic example. Let's say you ask yourself the question, do I want coffee today? And the gut response is yeah. You make yourself the coffee. Sometimes it's not until you take a sip of that coffee that you get confirmation of whether you actually wanted a coffee or not. Maybe as you take that sip of coffee, you realize, do you know what? Like, I actually need something a bit more refreshing this morning. And you won't know that until you engage with the decision, until you engage with the action. Don't be disheartened by this. This is how manifesting generators are designed to make decisions. This is how you guys collect the information you need to be 100% sure of your decision. So as you move into 2024, really keep this aspect of being a manifesting generator in mind. I would encourage you to adopt the motto of try before you buy, or try before you commit. And this can apply to financial investments, this can apply to relationships, this can apply to new friendships or to responsibilities and commitments. You really, wherever possible, and I know this is not always possible, but wherever possible, you want to avoid committing to things until you've actually engaged with the action itself. Buy yourself some time. Don't overcommit too quickly in order for you to get confirmation of what feels aligned and good for you and what doesn't. And to embrace the fact that you need to engage with the decision to be 100% sure of the decision that you've made, and that it's totally okay for you to change your mind if, when you engage with that decision, you come to the realization that perhaps it wasn't the right one. Tip number 3 for you Money Gens going into 2024 is to learn to go at your own pace. You guys are hybrids, okay? You're like the next step in evolution. You have manifestor qualities, you have manifestor energy in you. Manifestors are here to create a world that doesn't yet exist. Now, this energy within your system makes you avant-garde. It makes you a trailblazer. It makes you the kind of person that sees something no one else will see until everyone else catches up to you. So this makes you energetically really quick. And you guys have got to accept the fact that not everyone can move at your pace. When you don't accept this, when you expect people to keep up with you, this is when you'll start to feel angry. This is when you'll start to feel frustrated. This is when you'll start to feel like people are just getting in your way, right? People are just slowing you down. Why can't they just keep up energy? So one of the biggest gifts you can give yourself is a permission slip to go at your own pace, to recognize that you don't need everyone else to keep up with you, as long as you are focused and having fun and having a good time and feeling excited by the decisions you've made and the actions you're taking. You also may look around and observe people around you behaving as if they've got blinkers on, following this very linear path, doing things almost one after the other, just because this is what we have always done as a society. And you will likely feel trapped by that. That will likely drive you crazy, because you're designed to explore. You're designed to not want to follow a one single linear path to the end of the line, but to want to diverge, to want to try different things, to want to explore different paths. So stop comparing yourself to the people moving quicker than you because they are following that societal timeline. Stop comparing yourself to the people who are slower than you and getting frustrated that they can't keep up with your fast urges that come through from the manifestor side. Go at your own pace. You are on your own timeline. You're on your own journey. Give yourself permission to do that, and you'll go into 2024 feeling so much more freedom to be who you are and do what you want to do. This leads me nicely onto tip number 4, which is forget the box. Dismantle the box and let go of the labels. You are not designed to be one thing. As a manifesting generator, you're here to do everything that excites you, to try everything that interests you, to sample all of the things that intrigue you. You're here to explore the buffet of life and the endless possibilities that are available to us as human beings, and to inspire the rest of the world to also be a little bit more experimental, to also embrace change, to embrace new things. You're not here to have one single career path, one hobby, one way of doing things. As long as something brings you joy and gets that sacred response and excites you and intrigues you and engages you, it's aligned for you. And it doesn't matter if it's aligned for you for a day, for a week, for a month, for a year, for a decade. This is why, as a manifesting generator, the first tip is to learn to let go, because you guys are so intrigued by life. You have so many different passions. You have so many things that you want to find out more about, that if you were to pursue all of those things forever, you would not have enough time in the day, you would not have enough energy. So it's very natural for you guys to change your mind more frequently. So to maybe start a hobby, do it for a month, absolutely love it, and then get to the next month and think, okay, I'm bored, I want to try something else, right? Painting was great for January, and now in February I've decided I want to learn to ride a motorbike, or I want to learn to skydive. It's absolutely okay for you to engage with the things that interest you when they interest you, and to let them go when they stop giving you that sacred response. Now, this comes with so much conditioning. I know it does. I've worked with enough of you guys to know this, that it very much goes against what most of society tells you to do. Most of society tells you to focus and to stick to things, and to not change your mind, and to not be fickle, and to be reliable, and to be consistent. And it's very easy to judge someone who doesn't fit into those neat little boxes and who doesn't stay in those singular lanes forever. So the minute you can give yourself that permission slip, the minute you recognize that people don't need to get it as long as you get it, you might find that as you stay true to yourself and to your nature, and as you start embracing this, and as you start needing less external validation, and you focus on staying aligned with what feels good to you, and being okay with quitting things and letting things go and trying new things, not only you'll start to feel more freedom, not only you'll start to feel more at peace with yourself, not only you'll start to enjoy your life more, but you'll also start to inspire others to give themselves permission to do so as well. And my final tip, tip number 5, for manifesting generators who really want to start aligning to their energy type and to start embracing it and celebrating it and moving into the new year with a new sense of like, heck yes, I've got this, is to remember your strategy. So the way that you're designed to share your energy with the world is to respond and to inform. What that means is that in order to move through life with more ease, with more enjoyment, you need to learn to respond to what is happening in the world around you. Now, the way that you respond is, first of all, you need to start noticing when things enter your consciousness, enter your world, and spark something in you. And this is where, you've guessed it, hopefully, your gut comes in. So as things enter your life, you want to start paying attention to the things that make you feel some kind of way. They give you this kind of reaction. So start noticing how your sacral, how your gut responds to the things in your life. And once you recognize your responses, start aligning to the yeses and start leaning into those, and start to be okay with the no's. Start to enjoy saying, no, thank you. This isn't for me. No, thank you, not today. No, thank you, this doesn't align with my values. No, thank you, this isn't going to work with my schedule. And this is the kind of thing I often help my clients work on, because in reality, on a practical level, this is where we need to change our behavior. This is where we need to change our belief system. This is where we need to get okay with stepping towards the things we truly want to be doing, and also we need to get okay stepping away from the things that maybe we've been doing for decades, but all along we did them purely because we felt like we should, not because they brought any joy or any true value into our life. Okay, so you learn to respond. And what you must remember is that as a Manigen, your strategy is to respond, yes, but also inform, because the part of you that is a manifester requires that in order to be in alignment. You have a connection to the throat. So you are here to let the world know what you see or what you feel or what you're doing or the ideas that you have. And the way that you do that will very much depend on other aspects of your design. So maybe which gates you have active and which channels you have active in your design. But ultimately, whatever the intricacies of your particular design are, as a manager, you still have a connection to the throat. And so it's really important for you to not only learn to respond, but to communicate to others the decisions that you make and the actions that you take. This is not to get permission. This is not to get approval. This is purely for you to communicate your truth and to communicate what is aligned for you and to give people the opportunity to get behind you. This is what is going to allow you to find your people. This is what is going to allow you to attract your people to you. And when I talk about your people, I'm talking about the people that get it. We are all so different, and yet there will always be someone who's similar enough to you that they are able to resonate and connect with your point of view, with your stance on something, with your vision for the world. And so when you're informing, and when you're informing from a place of truth, and when you're informing from a place of alignment, this creates a space. This creates a situation where other people who align with your truth can find you and can connect with you and can get behind you. And this is how you start to feel like you're in the right room. Like you don't have to convince people to get your point of view. You'll just be surrounded by the kinds of people who align with you in the first place. This is how you create change, right? When you respond and inform, this is what creates a movement. This is what creates innovation. This is how we start to challenge what has always been so that we can move towards new ways of doing things and new ways of embracing the future. So there you have it, guys. 5 different things that you can do as a manifesting generator. And I promise you guys, if you start doing any of these things, you will find so much more alignment in your day-to-day life. I hope you found these tips helpful. If you would like to know anything else, please leave your questions in the comment section below. If you would like to understand more about your specific design and go beyond just your energy type, then I do encourage you to check out my human design readings, and shortly, and I don't know whether it'll already be out by the time I post this video, but I also now have the option of buying a completely personalized human design blueprint, which is a PDF that takes you through your entire design in a beautiful document that you get to keep and refer back to time and time again. As always, if you did enjoy this content, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't done so already, and I hope to see you here in the next video. Bye guys.